All right, today's live went pretty well. Topic of discussion, I put in the background, I put Werner von Braun's book, Mars, A Technical Tale. And what that book shows in the premise, or what Werner von Braun, who was the initial NASA director, who was also a Nazi scientist, created the ballistic missile, used to hang the 5 slowest Jewish workers in his factory, his German factory, before the US government, Red Cross, Germany, Switzerland, Argentina, and Chile evacuated the worst Nazi SS officers during Operation Paperclip. And instead of being charged with war crimes and murdering Jews, they were given cushy jobs as prominent cushy jobs as the initial NASA director, amongst many other things, instead of being charged for war crimes. So with that, I had the book on there, and the reason it's significant is because it was written in the 1950s. And the premise for it, and I've posted it before, the premise for it is that a man named Elon would colonize Mars. So also Werner von Braun on his tombstone put Psalms 19:1, which talks about the handiwork of God being described as the firmament, which, if you read the Bible, the firmament is an impenetrable barrier that God created to separate the waters from the waters. Job describes it as like a molten metal mirror, sapphire, if you will, impenetrable either way, nothing's coming in or out. That's probably why von Braun put it on his tombstone. Someone asked today, why would he do that? Probably he felt guilty. He was probably trying to do a works-based salvation to try to get himself into heaven. All the evil that he had done, just guessing, I don't know. He's probably trying to do some works to try to make up for it. Unfortunately, he can't bribe God. Can't bribe a just God. It doesn't work. It only works in this world that we live in. Only in this world can the rich bribe people and get out, and try the innocent, while the guilty walk free. That's what happens in this world, because Satan, the god of this world, is in control of the... Anyway, so today's live is pretty good. Something that comes up, people talk about, ascending to consciousness, Christ consciousness, this spiritual, root chakras up to the pineal gland. That's not biblical. It's Gnosticism. It's not what Jesus taught. So like the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Jesus Christ, those Gospels are not real. Those are fabricated documents created, I would argue, by the Jesuit priests, by the Vatican, in order to lead people to death. Not even arguably. They did create these type of things, and I wouldn't say created, I'm sorry. They just, they continue them. They're from, Roman paganism, Egyptian cultism, all stems from them, all back in the day. Nothing new under the sun. What has been done will be done again. So nothing new, same old stuff. Remember, Egyptian times, they worshiped the sun god. No different now. Remember, Revelation 9:11 says that they will have, the people ruling the world will have over them Apollo. Revelation 9:11 says this. All of them. Sun god worship, nothing new, still going on. Hence heliocentrism. We don't fly around the sun. It just doesn't happen. All those people that created heliocentric model, evolution, Freemasons, and or Jesuit priests. I posted a link on there. The information's out there. You should just look to see it. Another discussion that kind of came up is origin of life. Origin of life research. Remember, again, founded the foundation for that is off of Darwin's finches. So not Darwin's finches, but Darwin's idea of the simple cell, the single cell. When Darwin came up with the theory of evolution, was based off the single cell organism. That was the assumption that that thing was just a simple cell, a single cell, and that it didn't really have any, technical features to it. It was just kind of essentially primordial soup, like a paramecium in a pond, disgusting pond, right? What we find out now, though, is that paramecium has very intricate parts, parts that if one piece didn't exist, the rest of it couldn't exist. It just wouldn't work. It would lead to cell death, right? So some of those biological parts are alternators. A biological alternator that God manufactured. So if one piece of that biological alternator doesn't work, it goes away, right? A biological alternator is something that not even the best, most brilliant, quote unquote, brilliant minds today could even fathom to develop. Of course they have a mechanical one, but there's no way for them to develop, they haven't developed, a biological alternator. So that's there. And that's just that's just skimming the surface of it. And the more they study with Origin of Life, and please don't believe me, Romans 3:4, every man a liar. Stephen Meyer is an Oxford, got his PhD from Oxford in Origin of Life research, and he's a Christian, and he says that the more we learn, the more it's apparent that God is real, and that we have a creator, an intelligent designer. So the more we find out with science, the more we know God is real, and that always kind of comes up, which is good. I guess the mission for an apologist, at least for myself, is to be able to point atheists in the direction to where they can conduct research on their own, right? A lot of people don't. They just believe the status quo. They believe the narrative that has been taught to them or has been shown to them. And then I tied it back to Operation Paperclip today. So Nazi Germany, we talked about the Nazi youth, and we can see evidence that it's propaganda. What people fail to realize is Operation Paperclip, the Nazi officers that were involved with the Hitler youth, they're the same people that came to the United States and established the education system of today. Public education started with Christianity. That was to teach people to read, so they could read the Bible for themselves, so that they would know that the Roman Empire Vatican Church wasn't teaching Christianity. They wanted people to read the Bible for themselves, so they knew Rome was lying to them. That's why the education system started. And just like mentioned before on this channel, Satan perverts everything that God has. So everything that God created, Satan perverts it. No different from the education system. And then that's when they institute their heliocentric model. But anyway, I don't know the time tomorrow for the live yet. I'm going to try to post something to where I can let people know. But I think it'll probably be along the same topic. Again, the historicity of Jesus comes up, the Trinity comes up, other faiths pop in. So we have things to refute their claims. So it's always a good time. But again, if anybody's seeing this, you need a Bible, pop into one of my lives, message me, tell me you need a Bible. I will send you a Bible, put one in your hands. But with any information, anything I discuss, anything you hear, don't believe the person. Romans 3:4, every man is a liar, let the word of God be true. You have to have something as a litmus test for truth. You have to base your reality on something for truth. That I'm arguing that should be the Holy Bible, and we can go from there. But don't believe me, read it for yourself. Don't send me your money. Give it to somebody who needs it, or save it for what is to come. But either way, God bless you.